Imagine waiting 400 years for a text message. For 4 centuries, God spoke to his people through prophets. And then silence. No miracles, no angels, just waiting. But suddenly the silence breaks, and it breaks with a list of names. This isn't just a genealogy. It is a legal document proving that a carpenter from Nazareth is the rightful king of the universe. Traditionally, it is held that this gospel was the very first to be written. It was composed in Palestine, specifically Jerusalem, approximately 8 to 15 years after the ascension of Christ. That's around 41 to 55 AD. It was written at the urgent request of the local believers who wanted a permanent record of the life of Jesus before the author left the region to preach in other lands. While the world primarily knows it in Greek today, the original account was written in the native Hebrew or Aramaic of the Jewish people to prove through the scriptures that Jesus was indeed the promised Messiah. What appears to be a simple list of names is actually a carefully constructed legal document, a theological tapestry woven with threads from the entire Old Testament. Matthew is not merely telling a story, he is making an argument about who Jesus truly is. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the text.
The book of the genealogy of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham begot Isaac, Isaac begot Jacob, and Jacob begot Judah and his brothers. Judah begot Perez and Zerah by Tamar. Perez begot Hezron, and Hezron begot Ram. Amminadab begot Nahshon, Nahshon begot Salmon.
Hang on. Why does he start with those two names? Why not Adam or Moses?
Great question. These are legal titles. First, Abraham. God promised him, through your seed, all nations will be blessed. By calling Jesus the son of Abraham, Matthew declares he brings salvation not just to Jews, but to all nations. And David, the shepherd king. God made an eternal covenant with him. Your throne will endure forever. Matthew is saying clearly, Jesus is the rightful heir, the king has returned.
And Salmon begot Boaz by Rahab. Boaz begot Obed by Ruth, Obed begot Jesse, and Jesse begot David the king. David the king begot Solomon by her, who had been the wife of Uriah. Solomon begot Rehoboam, Rehoboam begot Abijah, and Abijah begot Asa. Hezekiah begot Manasseh, Manasseh begot Ammon, and Ammon begot Josiah. Josiah begot Jeconiah and his brothers about the time they were carried away to Babylon. And after they were brought to Babylon, Jeconiah begot Shealtiel, and Shealtiel begot Zerubbabel. Zerubbabel begot Abiud. Abiud begot Eliakim, and Eliakim begot Azor. Azor begot Zadok, Zadok begot Achim, and Achim begot Eliud. Eliud begot Eleazar, Eleazar begot Mathan, and Mathan begot Jacob. And Jacob begot Joseph the husband of Mary, of whom was born Jesus, who is called Christ. So all the generations from Abraham to David are 14 generations. From David to the captivity in Babylon are 14 generations, and from the captivity in Babylon to the Christ are 14 generations.
Okay, but why is he obsessed with the number 14? Is that random?
It is definitely not random. In Hebrew, Gematria, letters have numbers. The name David equals 14. By repeating 14 3 times, Matthew is silently proclaiming a code. This is the Messiah. This is the ultimate David.
Now the birth of Jesus Christ was as follows. After his mother Mary was betrothed to Joseph, before they came together, she was found with child of the Holy Spirit. Then Joseph, her husband, being a just man, and not wanting to make her a public example, was minded to put her away secretly. But while he thought about these things, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream, saying, Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take to you Mary, your wife, for that which is conceived in her is of the Holy Spirit.
Wait, Rahab? Isn't she the prostitute from Jericho? Why would a king put her in his official biography?
It is shocking, isn't it? Matthew includes women who were outsiders. Take Rahab. She was a Gentile prostitute in Jericho, yet she hid the spies and believed in the God of Israel. Because of her faith, she was saved. And Ruth? She was a cursed Moabitess who said, Your God will be my God. And Bathsheba? Her story involves adultery and murder. Why are they here? To show that God's grace reaches sinners, outsiders, and the broken. But we must pause. The miracle rests on one young woman. Mary of Nazareth. She was not powerful, she was not wealthy. But when the angel spoke, she said, "Behold, I am the servant of the Lord." The virgin birth is not a myth, it is a divine sign. Jesus took his humanity from Mary and his divinity from God. Through her obedience, God entered history without sin.
And she will bring forth a son, and you shall call his name Jesus, for he will save his people from their sins. So all this was done that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the Lord through the prophet, saying, Behold, the virgin shall be with child, and bear a son, and they shall call his name Immanuel, which is translated, God with us. Then Joseph, being aroused from sleep, did as the angel of the Lord commanded him, and took to him his wife, and did not know her till she had brought forth her firstborn son. And he called his name Jesus.
Why Jesus? Does the name actually mean something?
Yes. Jesus is the Greek form of the Hebrew Yeshua. It means Yahweh saves. Just as Joshua led the people into the promised land, this Jesus will save his people from their sins. Matthew connects this to Isaiah. They shall call his name Immanuel. This is the climax. God is no longer distant. He is with us. So the tapestry is complete. Matthew 1 declares Jesus is the Son of David. He comes from a line of grace, and he is Immanuel. But while heaven rejoices, a paranoid king in Jerusalem is sharpening his sword. Join us next time for Matthew chapter 2. Click subscribe so you don't miss the journey.